So I've been watching some great shit on Netflix at the moment.
Yeah, what you got, man?
Have you watched a show?
If you dare say
called-
Bridgerton, I will
No.
come. Thank you for that.
So
Sasha, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Alice in
Yes.
Borderland and Sweet Home.
Ooh.
Sorry, Spike, say that one again, mate.
Alice in Borderland and Sweet Home.
Alice in
So
Borderland.
Alice in Borderland's like this group of Japanese guys get taken into this alternate Tokyo,
Mad.
and they've got to complete these like death games to get visa days, and if your visa runs out, you get killed.
Fucking weird
But
shit.
so the whole it's a live action thing.
Oh, I'm not complaining. What's it called?
Alice in Borderland. Honestly, it's sick. And then the other one, Sweet Home, was a Korean show, and it's a bit Tokyo Ghoul-ish, a bit The Mist by Stephen King. It's a bit like that.
Mm.
And there's all these like monsters, and it's like an infection, and they're trying to survive.
Live
One of
action.
them- Live action. They kind of do some mad shit. It's all on Netflix, but I highly recommend both of them. Had a fucking blast watching them.
Wait, what's
Okay,
the name?
Netflix,
So
I
we
see
might
you.
put them in the chat, or like I'll write them down real quick.
Alice in Borderland and Sweet Home. I'll put them in general.
And
Put them in
Sweet Home.
general.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, Joe.
Right, yes, on Bridgerton.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry. Bridgerton is the most fucking hypocritical shit I've ever watched.
Cool.
Most
Oh.
hypocritical shit
Wow, I
I've
didn't
ever
land
watched.
I did not expect that.
Very annoyed that I partially somewhat enjoyed it.
Yeah,
But it's-
I remember
I'm-
that. I don't know, we were playing Warzone once, and then you were telling me how you were watching it, and then I was like, what? Like, my mum's watching that shit in the living room. Like, what are you doing? And then I went downstairs
It's
to
basically
watch
it's a
it,
new
and then
50
I
Shades
was
of Grey.
It looks like a weird crossover of 50 Shades of Grey and Game of Thrones, but if they did it in England, which is obviously 10 times less.
If they did it in England and shit the whole way through,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's something about Netflix and period pieces that they have never actually effectively got right.
Yeah.
For me, okay. I don't know if this is somewhat. I mean, I guess that was kind of the aim, wasn't it, to take a period piece and put feministic values into it. But I think the whole thing, as for male body positivity, is just shits on it completely.
Elaborate.
Shits on it
What do you mean?
utterly. So notice, right? Out of all the male characters in the show, now for one, in that era of people of that stature wouldn't look like that. Let's be real, none of them would look like that, because in those days to get a body like that would be hard manual labor. You wouldn't get a body like that. Being a viscountess in London, you'd be sitting around your yard eating sweetmeats and treats, and you wouldn't have a body like that.
Eating cake and sniffing diamonds.
Do we agree? Do we agree?
He's not wrong.
Right. Then, let's look at the villains of the show. The guy chasing Daphne, and who was the other one? The guy who came to marry the cousin of the other family who was pregnant. Both of them really disgusting, horrible men, but the only two men that were overweight in the whole show. If you
Hold
look
on.
at them. So that's one thing that really pissed me off, because not only were they horrible, entitled, but there were only two men who weren't somewhat attractive. Why couldn't he have been, gleamingly attractive but a horrible person? No. Just because they're not attractive to you, they're horrible. Okay. Cool.
Look, was this supposed to be a comedy? Was this supposed to be like a comedy? Or was this like a
I think
drama?
it was just meant to be like a rom-com
dramedy.
drama.
I think it was just supposed
yeah.
to be a fucking mess. Just on,
it's
just
not-
on
it's not that
camera,
way.
like, just a mess on camera.
I will never stop plugging this damn show,
Oh,
and I'm hoping you guys have seen it. Fleabag.
no.
Have
No.
not.
Right.
No.
It's a very hard show to sell if you don't know who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is, because it's got Phoebe Waller-Bridge all over it. She's co-written. She wrote Killing Eve, or adapted it at least for TV, which is another great show. She's written part of the new Bond film, No Time to Die. She was in Solo. Like she's done a lot of things, but she has a very specific brand of humor and a very
I know her. She's great.
yeah, she's fantastic, and the show is great. It explores modern feminism in an engaging and honest, a vulnerable way, and a way that, like, I'm a guy. But looking in at problems that women have through her lens, straight in there, man. It's fantastic. After watching that show, I can't watch a show like Bridgerton or a comedy like Finding Alice or something like that, whatever it was on ITV. I can't watch it like that and think it's ever going to be topped. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but if you haven't seen it yet, go watch Fleabag. It does everything that Bridgerton tries to do, just better. It's so good. That's my plug for the day.
Oh, wait. Fair enough. I'll have to watch
Not as many monsters as Spike's ones, but you know, it's got its price.
Oh man. No, mine are just like, if you just want to watch some kind of not scary, but like gets your heart going, some good twists.
What a dark boy.
What have you been watching recently, Sasha? What have you been up to?
I haven't.
Clearly not the fucking Mandalorian.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Ooh.
Have you started on any of the Star Wars films?
No.
Didn't you make a bet? Didn't we make a bet or something
We
like that?
so
That you would shave
did.
your head.
No, that was if I don't get 10k by the end of the year, and that's a
Oh, right, okay.
fucking win for everyone as well. So you better be counting on it. Yeah, no, I haven't been watching a lot these days. Still been really caught up in games.
Still Persona 5.
Actually, no, I've been taking a break because that shit gets heavy. Like,
All right.
it gets heavy. Like, you don't expect it to get heavy, but then it does, and you're like, oh, I'm not prepared for this right now. So you kind of finish the section, and I feel like I've had about 2 weeks away from the game. Just like playing.
All right.
I was playing Origins. I just downloaded Metal Gear Solid 5 again. Real Warzone. Like actual Warzone. Yeah.
Pretty solid, man. I still think you should watch The Mandalorian, but you know.
You know what? I totally agree with you. Trust me, I agree with you 100%. I probably should, and I probably will.
Probably.
Probably.
It's not good enough.
Do you know what? There will be a day where I watch it, right? I'm just gonna watch it like the whole day. It's gonna be like when you told me to watch it.
Oh god.
One day it will just take over my life for like a week, and then you're gonna be like, oh, sorry about that.
Are you up to date with WandaVision? At least.
Oh, I watched episode. Was it 4? Or was it 3?
Wait, what is Wonder Vision?
The first one in color.
3.
Yeah.
Wait, what is
It's
Wonder
4
Vision
out.
on?
4 came out today.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing after. Fuck Mandalorian. I don't give a shit.
It's you little shit. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, it is on Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah. Exclusively Disney Plus.
Exclusive Disney Plus.
Well, that's a
Unless
bit,
you're a pirate.
That's a bit
Exclusively, huh? Okay. That's interesting.
That's a joke.
Exclusively.
Don your tricorn hat.
Yeah, I need my fedora.
7 Cs, lads.
Just
We all totally get our content legitimately, right?
all legitimate.
Oh,
content.
100%, yeah.
All 100% legitimate.
God.
Oh,
Gentlemen, should
God.
we jump into this?
Yeah, let's go.
Have you guys like had a time to like research all this stuff as well? Or
Fair.
A little bit. I know
Yes,
about the
a little bit.
because I watched a bit of it like yesterday.
Stonks.
Oh, I didn't tell you what I've been watching on Netflix, by the way.
What?
Go on,
Oh,
Ihsan.
Has anyone seen Love Is Blind?
No.
Nah.
No, that's alright.
Is this like the inverse of Naked Attraction?
Oh no.
It's basically they're in rooms and they have to talk to each other without seeing each other, and fall in love with each other without seeing each other, and then they have to propose to each other in like 2 weeks. It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking
Wow,
hilarious.
That's so much pressure. I don't know how people do
It's
this
so
shit.
much pressure. It's
I don't
so
get it.
funny. The ending is mad. The ending is so mad. The ending is just so mad. Oh my god.
Is it like it's a reality show, or is it like
It's a
staged? What are we
reality
talking?
like dating TV show on Netflix. And
we're talking
it's
about
just
dating TV shows. Nothing
nuts.
beats fucking First Dates.
First Dates, is that on
Yeah.
Netflix?
Nah, man. I think is that Channel 4?
Oh, is that where they
They go to the restaurant and
The restaurant- yeah.
that French dude's there. That sick ass French dude with the wicked facial hair.
I really
I think I've seen
expected
that,
you
yeah.
to say, I really expected you to say Take Me Out, Luke.
I fucking love Take Me Out.
Yeah,
I was
but where's it
expecting
gone?
Love Island.
More like
I know,
it,
where's it
more
gone?
like it.
That's just meme central. That's
Oh
god.
god.
He's so sick.
Oh,
Nah,
fucking take
Yeah,
me
Love
out.
Island's alright, but oh, what a song!
Fucking sick.
I was in the gym and I was blasting Franz Ferdinand. Man, they've got some proper hype songs, man.
Oh, they're so good live as well. They actually
They are.
slap live.
I went to see him at Truck Festival a couple years ago.
Nice.
In the pouring bloody rain.
Typical festival.
It added to the atmosphere. It was so good.
Mm.
Like it was them or Idris Elba, and yeah, went to go see him. Went to go see them. Sick.
Idris Elba does bits.
Yeah, man. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Didn't know.
Damn,
So
that's
sick.
kind of
Yeah.
sick.
So sick.
He did a whole
Idris Elba
TV
is
show
like-
where he was like a retired DJ. What was the show he did?
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. And he had to look after this person's daughter. And they like, yeah,
That was kind of short-lived though,
it was a bit.
but yeah,
It was a bit.
decent enough.
Bear
Anyway.
with 2 secs. Ow.
Right, well, I'll go intro the show while this ends dealing with bits. Hello, fellow humans. Welcome to episode 12 of the Navigation Podcast. I am Luke, joined by Sasha, Spike, and Ihsan. It's kind of hard to escape what's in the news at the moment about GameStop and stocks and memes.
To the
and,
moon, boys. To the
To the fucking moon.
Hold the line!
Hold!
But there's been a lot of talk about it, man. There's been a lot of talk about why. Been a lot of rich people that are upset about this being a thing, and we wanted to explore that. We want to explore that in this specific example, and where maybe that's also cropped up in other elements or areas of the entertainment industry. So today we're going to talk about, or rather ask, why do corps try and fuck the little guy? Let's go. How much of the stock market stuff did you guys look at?
I've looked at a little bit.
Who
I've
understands
looked at
stonks?
a little bit. Stonks.
I don't know why, but there was one summer, I think it was the one after second year, I had some motivation to look into forex trading, foreign exchange. and all
I
that
remember
stuff.
that you told me you got
Do you
some
remember?
books, didn't you?
Yeah, I got books and I read like 2 of them, and I have like a whole notebook of how it works, market open times, certain stocks going up and down, books. And I never actually did it because it's so complicated. Like, if I was to ever go into that, I'd have to stop using the book.
Yeah, no, it's
Like, I'd
nuts.
have
There's a lot to think
It's
about.
nuts.
Yeah.
There's a lot to
nuts.
kind of get your head around.
There's so many things to trade. There's just dividends, fucking all of that. There's so many different things, and it's mad. It's just nuts.
I benefited from doing a bit of economics in A levels, and then part of one of my modules was all about like debt and shares and in terms of commercial law, which we'll come on to when we talk about Tencent. But
Scumbags.
fucking scumbags.
Sprinkle
But
that
with
one
this
in there.
with this specifically, the whole idea of I'd never understood hedge funds until this
Yeah,
this
same.
was a thing.
Never really understood hedge funds until this.
Could you explain a hedge fund? Because I still don't really grasp the concept of it.
Okay, so this is my understanding. It could be wrong. If I'm wrong, someone call me out on this shit. But what I get is, or at least how hedge funds work in the sense of, what's it called? Short selling? Yeah. So I am a hedge fund. I know that you, Spike, have a glass of water. And
Okay.
I know, or at least I
Stay
think...
hydrated.
Stay hydrated, yeah.
Stay hydrated.
Clean skin. But I think the value of that glass of water that you have is going to drop at some point. So what I say to you is, hey, give me your share of that water, right? And what I'll do is I'll sell it. I'll pay for it quickly, then I'll go and sell it. Right, I'll sell it at the price it currently is. Say it's 20 quid. Right, but I think the price is going to go down. So what I'll do is when that price goes back down, I will then buy the shares again at the lower price, say 10 quid. And essentially what I've done there is made £10.
Yeah.
Right, and then what I'll do is I'll then give you back that share, and then we'll do the whole thing over and over again. So you, yeah, right.
See, my understanding, what you've just explained is short selling.
Is
I
the
think
short
a
selling
hedge-
part of it.
The
The hedge fund is basically where you pool all your
resources together and then somebody manages it. Yeah. That's what I understood the hedge fund was.
Okay, fair. Yeah. I get that.
Does that help?
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Ihsan, maybe you would want to elaborate on this then in terms of hedge funds, because if I did the short selling bit.
No. I was just saying that's what I was just like checking. Basically, because what I understood the hedge fund was, it was like just a lot of people pooling money together, and then a couple of people manage it, and then they manage it with the sole aim to, of course, gain profit on that amount of money, and then of course they take a cut from the profit, of course.
It's like a trust.
Yeah, exactly, like a trust.
Yeah.
That's why people,
Yeah.
your trust fund baby, you got a hedge fund, that's the kind of thing, I'm guessing. But yeah.
So in this sense, what's happened this time around is that about 2 years ago, people started making memes about how GameStop was severely undervalued, right? And recently, there's been two hedge funds that specifically have started to bet against GameStop. I can't remember the names. I think you said one of them before we started
Melvin
streaming. Was it Melvin or
Corporation?
something like that? I can't remember.
Melvin something?
Yeah, I think so.
Regardless, not
Neither of
important because fuck hedge funds, innit? But what happened in this sense was people had started realizing that people on Reddit had started realizing that this is what was happening to GameStop, that they were betting against it, so the share price would fall through the ground. They're having to make cuts anyway in terms of like closing stores and making people redundant. So that's a thing.
Especially with COVID, yeah.
Especially with COVID.
Yeah, it's interesting this has come about, through COVID.
During COVID, exactly.
Yeah.
So what those Redditors started doing, acting as individual investors, which you can do, right? They started to buy stock, or stock or shares, however you want to put it. The hedge funds that had put that short selling cycle into play, had obviously sold at, and I think the actual price was of like less than 20 quid a share.
Yeah.
They started selling them, and people had started buying them, and it quickly ramped up the price to, I think at the moment, it's like $350.
Yeah.
Share.
When I saw
At the
David
height of it?
yesterday, it was 270.
At the height of it, it was, yeah. At the
Height
height
of
of
it,
it, it was.
It went up and then
It's come down. It's come down a little bit because they stopped.
they stopped people being able
they
to
put-
buy it.
They were to
buy
trade.
'em.
Buy more of
You know
it,
what's so
which
funny?
is
You know what?
low key fucking illegal.
You know what's so funny?
Have
You
you
know
have you
what
se-
is-
have you seen what man's reasoning is?
No, what?
Is this Robinhood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robinhood.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny. The company's named Robinhood.
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah.
bruh.
Like, let your boys get your bread. Like, what are you
Let
doing? Don't be that
Oh
guy.
my!
And like, wasn't their slogan like everyone should be able to trade? Something
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah. I don't know if that was about the slogan, but the sentiment is very correct.
Yeah.
I mean, there was an interview. I was watching this live stream by Bruce Wang today. This guy on YouTube, and he played a video of the CEO of Robinhood being interviewed, and they were saying that in fact the
Vlad
company-
Tenev.
Yeah, in fact that Robinhood, one of its like significant backers,
Investors is one of the hedge funds.
The hedge funds. So it makes complete sense that they would still.
Oh, That's funny, man.
And the guy ripped into him because he was like, "Oh, we have to follow, the rules of the trade market and stuff." But then he's like, "Well, wait. All you did was stop people buying stock.
Buying, but you didn't stop them selling.
Selling. You didn't stop them selling it though."
Here's the thing: if you're selling, who are you selling to? If no one can buy, who are you selling to?
Yeah.
Bro,
Send it back to the hedge fund.
Everyone's holding. Like, everyone's just holding.
That's the thing. Also, I was watching a video. The Plain Bagel, he was saying that it's not all what it seems, right? This whole spike in GameStop is great and all, all the Reddit Reddit and they call them retail investors or something like that. It's really great, but the majority probably of investors in GameStop are actually institutions and hedge fund traders. The majority is going to be that, and algorithm traders who they found an algorithm and are now trading that, which is basically the institution. You got I wouldn't be surprised if all these short sellers are playing both sides of the field to cover their ass.
Probably.
I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't either, but what I understand is that the heavy or majority of people are acting as individuals. It's the hypocrisy of the people in the hedge funds and stuff like that have made money this exact same way for fucking years.
Yeah, exactly.
That are now getting pissy about the fact that it's going against their favour.
Fucking crying.
It's funny.
What?
Bro.
Fam, collect them in a bottle and add it to a soup, and we shall eat.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Get guillotines out.
So I had an interview today, to do with law, and one of the questions was so why this field of law? And I said, and it was basically it's essentially like helping out the little guy, right? It was like personal injury or something, and I had to catch myself before saying because essentially I want to eat the rich. How about the little guy, man? I almost that would. Boss man in a suit and tie and everything like that, and I almost said I want to eat the rich. I was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't say that.
Serve out a cup of piping hot tea. Would you like some tea with that?
Mate,
not good, man.
That is what makes an experienced man in your field look at you and be like, damn, this kid wants to climb.
You know what? It might have worked.
It might have worked. It might have worked.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What do you think? Like, in your professional opinions, gentlemen, do you think the actual fallout of this is going to be then? Because fair enough, you've got the economic side of it, which can't really speak too much to, not that experienced. But in terms of actually looking at GameStop itself, and the precedent this sets for armchair traders and stuff like that, how do you think this is going to evolve?
I don't really know, because it could also be just like a meme, how it lasts for a little while and then just die out.
But with a Reddit page, with the subreddit as dedicated to this specific cause, who's to say that this is a one-off thing? The infrastructure's there, you know what I mean?
Okay, the one thing that David made explicitly clear after showing me this, and literally not being able to sleep, 3 o'clock in the morning, to man to send text and screenshot saying to the moon, Sasha. You know what I mean? What we've got here, this isn't. It's not even about the money anymore. I don't know if I told you this. He put 300.
It's about sending a message.
It's about sending a message. Power to the people. Clip. Power to the people. We're taking it back, boys. It's so empowering and wholesome. This situation can be reapplied anywhere in the future. Everyone knew that GameStop was going to shit anyway. As soon as they said that there was shit going on with stocks in GameStop, I was like, I mean, they are going to shit. That does make sense. There are probably going to be a lot more companies along the lines of GameStop's industry that are probably going to go to shit as well.
According to the New York Times, this went from a $2 billion company to 24 billion?
Billion, yeah. So some guy said that in the video. Yeah, nuts.
Let me just go to Argos and get my PlayStation 5 digital edition now, shall I? Jesus.
Fucking nuts. Jesus.
Do you think they'll be able to pay more than like $1 for a game? No.
Oh, I did see a meme where it said, yeah, we can now pay you more than 25 cents. Fucking hell. Nothing's changed.
I think it is gaining traction, though. I think it is. I think some people are beginning to take it seriously. I think, and it is because what Spike just said earlier, they're looking to do it with other companies as well. BlackBerry, Nokia. But I don't know what AMC is. I've been seeing a lot of AMC hold on AMC. I don't know.
Nor do I. That's not the broadcasting company AMC.
I don't know,
That can't
but
be.
I've been seeing it
I think it is.
alongside.
I think it's the cable channel.
Really?
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's the first thing that's come up, so don't hold me to that. I just literally googled AMC and it just said AMC cable channel.
You might have to
Shit.
like AMC stocks or something. I don't know. But I think it is gaining traction, and I don't know. I get, of course, because I said I'm skeptic. I am skeptical that it's gonna somehow work out, because it always does. It just always does. Somehow the big guy still manages to, just piss on the little guy. But I think this definitely is a chance to stop that. I mean, they are hemorrhaging money. They are literally hemorrhaging money. They are losing so much money, and to fucking right, like, just make them bleed. I'm sorry, just make them
I keep
bleed.
coming back to that video of that. I can't remember his name, and frankly, I don't want to give him the time of day either. But like, there's a video of an old dude who's just like, the whole concept of fair share is bullshit.
Is this Warren Buffett?
It might be. I don't know.
Warren Buffett is a bit of a cunt to me. I don't know. I don't like him. I don't know. He's obviously a big mogul and he's made a lot of money doing everything legally, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
The whole idea of like, I get that it's exactly what we just did, but like, the whole idea of short selling really can fuck up a market.
Yeah.
it really does. Yeah.
It's so volatile.
I mean, the
That in
Big
and of
Short.
That's where I can't believe it's taking this, the fact that the individual is making money, for there to be talks about maybe looking at regulation and stuff like this. And fair enough, maybe that's an America thing, and they're kind of backwards themselves, but fuck, man.
It's just the complete, like, of what's it? Not skepticism. Fucking, what's the word?
Hypocrisy.
Not hypocrisy. Fucking cynicism. It's literally the embodiment of cynicism. You're a cynic. You're there. Oh, that's gonna fail.
That's their whole business model. That's the whole business model.
That's gonna fail.
I think your
That's
product's
gonna fail.
shit.
I think literally.
I'm gonna bet against you.
you.
Yeah.
For monetary gain. Literally.
But now it's
ridiculous.
biting you in the arse, because the way they say about short trading is the risk is infinite. You can keep losing money. With
What makes me laugh is like, at the end of every like advert of like, for like trading 212 or whatever the fuck,
no eToro.
or eToro, fuck's messaging me, man. They're always going on about, your capital's always at risk. I'm thinking, yeah, damn right, your capital's at risk. So is yours, boss. Oh, it's gonna get me worked up. Anyway,
Even
eat
talking
rich.
about that, have you heard about what's happened to some people's private pensions?
What?
No.
Yeah, they fuck with people's pensions, fam. Because of course, with a hedge fund, I'm sure of.
Is this a kind of not so recent thing?
I don't think it's very recent, but it's
Then
kind
yes,
of
I
like.
have.
I'm gonna disclaimer, not 100% sure about this, but with hedge funds and all of that, there are private pensions wrapped up into it. A lot of people, when you get a private pension, you've put your money into basically a hedge fund. And there are people who are basically investing it on your behalf to,
Make you shmoneys.
increase and make you shmoneys. Tell me how there are a lot of people who basically have no pension because they've lost it all. Do bad investments. It's fucked. And these are people who are now retiring and they're like, I've got no money because private pension.
Arguably, that's where the regulation should have started with. You know what I mean? That's fucking with.
That's fucked.
Can't
But it's private, so you can't do anything about it. You made the investment. That's nuts.
Speaking of investments and like stocks in general, the Tencent stuff is also kind of worrying. Can't lie.
Bold
I
moves.
doing some research onto Tencent. I thought, oh yeah, Tencent, don't they have something to do with Pokemon Go or some shit?
They have a basically a stranglehold.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, Spike.
They have a stranglehold on like the games industry as a whole.
Bro,
Like
fucking they own Bluehole, who do PUBG.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know? I
they
wonder
have-
where the fuck is PUBG gone?
Yeah.
Only mobile, innit? Because that's what Tencent do, mobile games, isn't it?
What?
They've got like a who does Fortnite? Epic Games. They got 40% in Epic Games.
Yeah.
No way.
So they've got the competition by the fucking bollocks.
They own Riot.
They own Riot, yeah, which is League of Legends.
and,
They have
yeah,
84% in Supercell as well, who do Clash of Clans.
Oh
No fucking way.
Yeah. So if you've played a mobile game recently,
It's probably
chances
Tencent.
are it's Tencent.
no.
They're the Disney of the gaming world, basically.
They really are, man. But the reason that they're in the news, for those that don't know, is that there's a rumor going around that they are amassing billions of dollars to stage a hostile takeover of an unconfirmed company. Because there might be some South Korean gaming companies, but according to insiders, this is a lot of rumors, but like according to insiders, it might be either EA or Take-Two. According to Tweettown. Obviously EA, who do like EA Sports, like your FIFA, your Sims franchise, yeah,
They own
exactly.
the Star Wars
NBA.
rights.
Yeah, Star Wars, which is now no longer exclusive to EA. Thank fuck.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
God.
heard loads of stories about them
LucasArts is
working
back,
on,
right?
Yeah, they're working on. Yeah, LucasArts Games Films, who did most of the games back in the day, the ones that we
Yeah.
played. There's going to be another Knights of the Old Republic.
No way.
God. Can
Can't
you
wait,
imagine
can't wait.
KOTOR on like next gen?
Butter. Butter. Butter.
What are you chatting? You don't even like Star Wars.
But I have played nearly every single Star Wars game there is. Explain that.
Have
I
you
don't
played?
know
Have you
why.
played Battlefront?
Then
Yeah.
maybe you should
Is it-
watch the fucking films.
Yeah, bro, I played Battlefront with a LAN cable on my PS2 in like 2004. Like,
You know what was a really good game?
don't.
Fucking Force Unleashed, man.
Oh, that's sick. That's a sick. I got that on PS3 when I got it. So sick.
Sam Witwer.
So sick. Such a sick game. I remember when I first played it, I was like, oh my god, this
My
is
mind was
amazing.
Like,
It
this
was,
is everything
oh
else.
god, iconic. Actually iconic.
But yeah.
But back to this. It's either EA, so it's either them, or it's Take-Two, who house Rockstar. So your GTA, your they aren't Red Dead, are they?
Yeah,
yeah, Red Dead.
They are Red Dead.
they
Yeah.
are.
I've also just looked it up. LA Noire, Outer Worlds,
Yep,
Civ.
Civ! No! Please don't take Civ from PC. Please. Don't do it.
Wait, Civ?
They won't
Civ
take it from
is-
Yeah,
PC.
Civilization.
Civilization.
I'm never playing Civilization.
No,
No, they won't. What they won't do is they won't port it to mobile, but they'll own
Yeah.
those IPs.
They're on the cut. Yeah, so it's where the money goes. You know what I mean? It's where the money, it's where the recognition goes to as well, which is
Yeah.
you know there's ethical discussions to be had about that either way.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hold on
That is.
companies already. If they stage a hostile of this one, that is what I'm worried about is that what we were just talking about with the whole GameStop thing was very much reactionary to it going hedge funds and all that going on for too long. Is this gonna, do you think, maybe kickstart more acquisitions of smaller companies from bigger ones? We've already seen it start to happen with Microsoft, who bought Bethesda for what, 7.5 billion or something like that later on this year. Do you think Sony's gonna have a stake in this, or
It's inevitable, most probably. It would have happened anyway. Let's be real.
Do you think?
Probably.
You know what? It's probably happened and we don't know about it. Just the leaks just haven't.
It happens behind the scenes, and yeah, we just don't know.
That's the thing. The main reason you're hearing about it is because Tencent are notoriously a bit of a dodgy company, and also they're foreign owned. They're not owned by a Western brand. If it was like Apple, if it was Microsoft, you probably wouldn't hear about it, or not in the same kind of fear factor that Tencent's been held in. And don't get me wrong, I do not agree with a lot of what Tencent does, but they're not going to take away the stuff from you, because I'm a bit of a fan of Riot. I play a fucking ton of League of Legends, and I have Valorant and Ihsan. You were saying before about the kernel level anti-cheat program. They're not going to steal your information. They gain nothing from that. They don't give a fuck who you are. If Riot were to leak all of everyone's information who plays their game back to Tencent, Riot would never have business again. They would never have a single player play their game. They're not going to risk that. But
we're in an age where that will ruin you.
But then also because of the buyout from Tencent, Riot have now confirmed that they're working on several games. So later on this year, they've got a RPG coming out, a turn-based RPG. They've got a fighter coming out, and they have a MMO coming out. So Riot is doing bits, which I'm very excited about because I love the lore of League of Legends, and they're just going to expand on that, and I'm so fucking hyped.
So then, okay, man, if you were in this position, if this was your company getting, maybe not hostile takeover, but just like approached by a bigger company and saying, look, we want to kind of bring you into the fold.
Yeah.
But we want hostile takeover. It requires at least 51%, I believe. Yeah. Which is controlling interest. So if they did that to you, how would you? What's your pros and cons list looking like?
Well, I guess it really depends, because from what I've heard, like, Tencent is still allowing Riot to have creative freedom with their IPs. Sure, they put in some structures like targets to hit and all of this, but unlike a company like EA, who buy out companies and then forcibly put microtransactions in, they fired the creator of Plants vs Zombies because he refused to put microtransactions in. Who's better?
How did that acquisition come about? Was that did Plants vs Zombies accept, or was it a hostile one?
I honestly don't know too much about that. Okay. I saw the headline and was like, well, that's fucked up. But I don't think it really matters. Okay, if someone was to offer me like $3 billion to buy my company, and then was like, you still have full creative control over your IP, I'd be like, you know what, I could do a lot with that $3 billion.
$3 billion.
I've got targets to hit for sure. Like, okay, I've got to make X amount of money in this month, so what's the best way to do this? Do I make multiple IPs, or do I make a free game with microtransactions? That's just business. But so if I was approached by a company that said that, or a company that said, okay, we'll buy you out for another $3 billion, but you have to put microtransactions in every game you have. You have to do this and that and that, and we also control some of your IP. I'm gonna be like, well, toss off. I'm going to the Chinese company.
Let's go, boys.
What happens if they change terms? You know what I mean?
I mean,
what happens if later down the line
against that because they have control.
Because they have a controlling interest.
Yeah.
Even if they came to you, let's look at it this way. What's the lyric? From a Bilal song. He came with the money in one hand, a contract to the other. Something like that. It's something about a smile, right? Basically, a hidden smile. Something like that. They may come to you in the beginning on friendly terms. Look, we want this. We want the best for you. Look, we're willing to give you all this money. And as soon as they have you in their pocket, right? Look, sorry, this ain't working.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what EA did to Plants vs Zombies. Then, in that sense, you know what I mean?
The thing is, for me, right, I just have this distrust. There's a very big distrust.
No, of course. I
just don't trust bitches.
I just don't trust you. Like,
there's a whole reason as to why I'm coming out of university and trying to start up a company rather than go work for someone else. I don't want to work for the big man. I want to be the big man.
Yeah, it's gotten to that point.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotten to that point.
Like,
oh yeah.
so but if I was forced into a situation where I'm going to pick one or the other, I'm going to pick one up where I'm going to start off all right. And if they treat me like shit later on, I will leave. Because
You leave your own company.
I'll make
Make a fresh one. I mean, now then you have the influence and the experience to make
exactly,
a fresh one.
because one thing that's really good about the games industry is that people generally look after each other. If you have a good name, if you're known as a really good writer, character designer, any of that, when you leave a company, you will find another job very quickly. And or even if I went to go start up my own company, then I would have people that know what I do, and then I won't say that company will do extremely well just off the bat, but you have prowess. It's like who made Death Stranding?
Hideo Kojima?
Kojima. You know that name. Death Stranding wasn't renowned as a good game, but it sold incredibly well simply because Kojima worked on it.
He's linked to it.
So it's tough, but like, if I was forced into a situation where I had to pick one or the other, I'll go for the better situation to start off with.
I mean, I get what you mean. It's interesting you say that the community looks after each other, because essentially the people who work on games are gamers. Yeah, you have got the suit side of it. You got the suits who, are just kind of like, we're looking to get this much profit out of this, but the people making it are essentially gamers. So I definitely get what you mean. Fair enough.
But by all means, I'm not saying I want to work for Tencent. I understand they're shitty people as well.
Fuck, there goes our Tencent sponsorship. Fucking hell, Spike.
Damn it, Spike.
You can cut that bit out. You can cut that bit out.
Fuck.
There goes all my free League of Legends skins.
I'm interested to see your, because that's a very reasoned opinion, man, and that's it's very true. Like all of this stuff, like fair enough, we're saying eat the rich and all that stuff, but all these types of financial issues, right, are very nuanced arguments. There's no correct answer. There's an answer that you can have preferences for. You get what I'm trying to say. But how do you guys feel about the ethics of it? In terms of like the ethics of having so many fingers in so many pies all at once for the sake of cash.
See, it's just, what's funny?
Because I just want to draw attention to Tencent. Like, the amount of investments they made, 31 investments in 2020 alone.
That's bad.
Right, that's they've got at least other than the 100% of Bluehole and 84% of Supercell and stuff like that. 11.5% of Blue Cell, 100% of Riot. They've got like 5% in Ubisoft, 5% in Activision, Platinum Games as well. 148 million acquisition of Funcom. They've got a finger in Jaeger, which is a German company. So they've got like a lot of. They've got at least in about 31 different investments. They've got about 5% of different companies around the world.
They basically just got their bollocks resting on the games industry.
They
Pretty
really
much.
And like while there are benefits for both parties,
the
like
industry.
Exactly.
Hey guys,
But there are
just like I'm here, I'm here. I'm
Literally
chilling.
just slapped it massive on the table.
was it ding 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 ding?
Oh no!
Don't mind me, just watching.
Oh my god!
No, it's interesting because about the ethics of it. I'm just never surprised. That's the thing.
No.
I'm just never surprised because you see like interviews with like people who make a lot of money and people who are moguls and whatever, and it's like you see them and it's like they look like it's just never enough. They say that when you make a lot of money, it's just never enough. You just got to make more, and you can see how.
Like...
Go on, Spike.
No, I was just going to say, like, the massive hypocrisy of it is that Tencent's a Chinese company. What government is China? Communism?
Communist.
Oh god. Oh god. That
Well,
is
Seems
putting
pretty
that money
capitalistic
back.
of me.
They put low key. They're
Shit
like,
don't add up.
you know, what, let me not even
really
talk
doesn't.
shit and get the FBI. Not to do that. I
Fair.
mean, not even put us in
I
the
love.
range.
Can I just point out? I love that your door is in full view. I really just want someone just to kick
So do
the
I.
fuck down.
Kick it down.
Honestly, it'll make this shit go viral, wouldn't
Just
it?
see Sasha get nabbed during a podcast. Just back goes over his head. Just
Fucking
gets
swatted,
dragged
mate.
down.
Lovely.
Oh.
But sorry, Sasha. Carry on, mate.
I've forgotten now. I'm too busy thinking about getting swatted.
Well, you were talking about the FBI, about like the fact that you don't want to get like. Is it gone?
I mean,
Sleeper
yeah.
agent.
Turns out my mother's what?
A sleeper agent.
Oh god.
Oof. Hold up. Hold up.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Summon it right.
Oh no. Yeah, no, like lots of money. Communist country. Capitalist motive. Where is this money really going? Like, where is it really going? And will we ever really know where it's going in?
Probably not. Probably not.
For all we
It's
know,
just-
they could be funding the development, like the next real trend, like to this point.
I was watching. I watched the Godzilla films the other day.
Godzilla!
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 I would
Oh,
pay
no.
good money to see a fucking wedge lizard go up against something
Fucking
from
wedge lizard.
fucking Pacific Rim. I would
Oh,
pay
Yeah,
good
no,
money
you
for
know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
You know what? I always say this. I'm just waiting for space travel. I'm waiting for warp speed. I'm waiting for it. So
that. Well, Musk got blue balls, didn't he? Because they didn't allow one of his launches or something recently.
What? 'Cause his rocket fucking blew up.
fucking Musk.
Oh, right, that's it.
To be honest, I've just lost so much respect for Elon Musk.
He's
though.
a tosser. He's a
I
absolute
really
tosser.
have. He seemed so good and he seemed so genuine. Remember when he started crying because people were just like shitting on his idea? And I was like, oh, I feel bad. I actually kind of like Elon Musk, and now he's just a bit of a prick, to be honest. It's a
Yeah,
little
we're
bit.
exploiting child labour to mine lithium.
Literally. Fucking hell.
It's almost like money is the root of all evil.
It really is.
No way.
It
How
really
come
is.
I don't have any and I'm still a fucking bastard?
That's just you, man. That's just
Because you don't have any.
It
That
sounds
is
like a you problem, really.
yeah.
But that's the reason. Money, it poisons.
Sounds like a you problem.
Sounds like Where's the support, guys? Where's the support?
Hey, I was
Let's go.
saying that's
You're
the
a
reason.
self-proclaimed bastard.
was
What do you mean, where's the support? We're giving you support by proclaiming that you are
You're
one.
not supposed to agree with my self-depreciation. You're supposed to slap me
Hey,
and say, "No,
we're
you're
all
not
bastards in a
such a-"
sense. We are all bastards in a sense.
Oh god. What's the timestamp, dude?
We got that's 48, man. We'll close this one up soon. I just want to talk about IP real quick. I want to talk about this is old news, but since we're talking about money, Taylor Swift's intellectual property rights with Scooter Braun.
Scooter.
As you know, as
What a
users of Spotify and musicians and stuff, I had heard about this shit but didn't understand full why it was such a big deal. Have you guys
I've
familiar with it?
I have heard a little bit, but not.
on
Don't know.
on and off, obviously over the past few years. I don't think it ever really stopped. Like, I think that recently she did get. Did she get them? Was she like remaking them? Like,
She
all
remaking
the
them.
music?
Making them.
Yeah.
So basically, what we got is she was with She was with what a fucking name this is. Where is it? I actually did notes for this. I'm so happy. Big Machine Label Group,
Yeah.
Oh god.
which just sounds
If
like
there was ever a company
Evil Corporation.
to avoid,
Sounds like you're just gonna get
you know
scammed.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. There we go.
literally.
But yeah. So they Taylor Swift was with them. Her manager was Scooter Braun, who apologies, Scooter Braun, who was the manager of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, like Demi Lovato, all the like Disney Channel, Nickelodeon stars. He acquired the masters for. He acquired Big Machine Label Group for $300 million, and in doing so, he also got the masters for all 6 of Taylor Swift's albums. Now, what that means is, typically, whoever has the masters of a track gets the royalties first, gets the most of the payout. Spotify notoriously is like less than like a penny, less than a cent for every stream you get. So if a percentage of that goes to whoever holds the master, however many streams of Taylor's music is mostly going to Scooter Braun rather than her. She's she always has been very protective about IP rights. Like, she didn't even let when Apple wanted to launch Apple Music, she was like, and they did that whole 3-month period where you can explore it. She was like, no, I don't want you to use my music because there's free streams of my stuff that I'm not gonna see the light of day for.
No money.
No. And I mean, there's an argument there that if she had let that happen, maybe more people would get into her music and stuff. But she's Taylor Swift, and whoever's into her music is already into her music at this point.
Yeah.
I'm Taylor, bitch.
She's had a fucking. She's gone full circle almost.
Yeah.
She went like country all the way around to like rock, and then back down to country.
She's lived a life, and I've got to give her respect for that at least.
Dippers.
But so in terms of all of our kind of IPs, that includes Spike, your games, that includes Ihsan, the stuff that you write, and obviously Sasha, you put producer tags on your stuff to make sure that no one can use it without your consent anyway.
Yep.
How do you feel about the money aspect of it? How do you feel about let's start with that first, like with the royalty stuff side of it. Anyone?
Honestly, never really given it much thought.
I mean,
just make bits.
Exactly. Like, at this point, we don't really have to worry about it as such. Dare I say?
The reason I ask is because in light of like how easy it is for stuff to be bought that quick, and like, I don't know, future planning or future proofing your stuff, like, what's your approach to it in light of all this stuff?
Well, I work for Sasha, so if he steals my master, I'll just stab him.
I mean, fair. A big thing about keeping or holding on to the masters. I've met a lot of producers in my years that just do not hold on to any of the projects. I don't know why, but
Really?
everyone's like, oh, I lost the project. How do you lose a project? You put it on your computer, and then you save it, and then you label it, and then it's there. And if you ever need it, you can find it. There are many occasions where you might need it, like someone coming to you saying, hey man, you ripped off my track. Oh, wait a minute, no I didn't, here's the steps.
Yeah.
That's the maximum preparation I have for the future right now. I think that's the most I can do.
Fair enough, man.
I mean, it's interesting and like with writing, I think, because I mean, I think once your thing probably gains traction, then you can start to say, okay, this is my idea. I mean, I even showed you that meme of basically Harry Potter is just Star Wars with less interesting lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like every time you swing, you have to say a really long Latin word.
Really long Latin word, and it's done.
A really long bullshit word. Like, what the fuck is Expelliarmus?
Yeah, Expelliarmus. Oh god. I mean, with writing, it's interesting. I've always been not apprehensive. I've been a bit like to tell people your idea, because essentially people can take your idea and spin it a different way and, say it's theirs. So I don't know all the ins and outs of like writing intellectual property, but I'm patenting an idea. But and then there's the whole thing of it going into the public domain after a whole while. I mean, that's not for ages, but then people then can but it's probably sorry. It's probably
Sleepy there, Ihsan. You just go to bed.
a little bit,
I can't believe it wasn't me this time.
Lol, I know,
Motherfucker, you had a nap.
Exactly.
You had a fucking nap.
Yeah.
I was prepared!
Wow.
Fuck off, you were prepared. You said you woke up at your alarm and then still fell asleep. I
Yeah,
fucking call you. What
okay,
are you on
okay.
about?
I was like 7 minutes off. It didn't even hit the snooze. It just did it itself.
It just did it itself. It knows. It knows. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just. It is something you got to consider about, and it is, you know, a little bit worrying because, of course, you know, you don't want someone then to rip off your idea or, you know, basically have rights to shit that you worked on and you never see profits from that. That's fucked.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Scooter Braun situation, that's fucked. I mean, you literally put I mean, I know he's a manager, but you weren't there in the studio, were you?
Bro, there's no justification yet. There's no justification.
To me, it feels like if Tencent did end up buying EA and they just slapped their name over everything that EA's ever done.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Why? Because no one's going to respect you for it. Like,
That's
everyone is
nuts.
going to actively call you a dickhead. Like,
Literally. You never had to deal with the struggle of connecting to EA servers.
you know what I
You
mean?
didn't know the pain.
Maybe that's the whole reason they want to buy them out. They're like, we've got fucking better servers.
But you know what?
They're all trying to play FIFA and they're like, fuck's sake, guys. Get some fucking ideas, mate. I'm trying to think of a positive way to end this, and this is just cynicism central.
Yeah.
I can't.
Got away.
We're all broke.
Mickey Mouse
we're all
is
gonna
entering
be
the public
forever
domain.
because what?
Mickey Mouse is entering the public domain soon.
Oh no.
What?
Swear down.
No fucking way. Is he actually?
Let's see how Disney bends that law.
Free
yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
2021.
Free Mickey 2020.
Have you seen that sketch, that animated sketch of Mickey in the courtroom?
No.
Oh, he goes. So the judge asks him, "So Mickey, you want to divorce Minnie because she has been extremely silly?" And he goes, "No, I want to divorce her because she was fucking goofy."
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Well, that's as positive as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Literally.
Thanks, guys, for listening to this one. It's been a bit of outside our comfort zone, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and until we see you again.